We're going to get started today with Mobility 101, a great way to focus on running specific mobility from the head to toe. We always start off with a check-in. So if you want to just move any bits just out of the way, give yourself a bit of room in the middle of your room where you are doing your mobility today. Place your feet together just to find out as a check-in where we are from a hamstring point of view. You place your hands at the top of your quads, toes and feet together, and you're going to lean forwards towards your toes, just leaning forwards towards your feet. Make sure the knees are straight, go as low as you can, and at that lowest point, the point in which it's biting, just take note where you are. I'm at my top of my sock line there. Remember where you are. We will come back to that at the end of the session. Okay, guys, we're going to start off with the top of our body. We're going to start off with our heads. So we're going to place your hands just by your sides, just like so, and rotate your head round, looking at the floor. As the head goes behind the body, look up at the ceiling, and just really slowly rotate round. Your hands relaxed onto your hips. Change direction. Once again, in mobility, we start off dynamically, and then we move to a static-based movement. Really key that you just relax through that dynamic exercise. And you just take note of what is tightest. Okay, relax into the middle. Bring one hand over the top of the head and pull that down to your ear towards your shoulder. Feel a stretch down the side of the neck. And we literally start at the head and we move down to the toes, guys. Back up to the middle, head over to the other side, the hand comes across. The next exercise you're going to need a wall for. It will increase the blood circulation around the body. Just relaxing your head back, looking up at the ceiling. Show me your neck. Down towards the floor. Feeling that stretch to the top of your neck. Your atlas and your axis, the top couple of vertebrae. Once again, you're going to need a wall for the next exercise. As we rotate your shoulders back, we head over to the wall. Okay, and bring them forwards. And this one is a technical new one for the regular mobility, guys. So what I want you to do is place your hand, if you have to, and there's no corners or there's no corner of door frames, just place your hand firmly actually onto the wall itself. So you're always giving it a high five. You're going to keep that arm nice and straight. So your elbow is now facing towards the hand. And all I want you to do is rotate with your feet away from the hand. So you're looking to ignore the hand, speak to the hand and all that. And you're going to rotate your body around, keeping your shoulder in the same position. And as you feel a tightness, a stretch out on the shoulder, hold that position with your arms straight. A really good stretch to the front of the shoulders. If you've been working a little bit more on pressing away from the body, push-ups or chest press or shoulder press, maybe you're lifting a few things. 3, 2, 1. Shake out that arm, rotate it round. Just relax it there. Come to the other side now. That hand comes onto the wall, give it a high five, and then walk your feet away from the hand without moving your shoulder. If your shoulder moves around with your body, you won't feel that stretch. The further you move your feet round, the more stretch you feel in the top of the arm or in the shoulder. The hand should be about shoulder height on the wall. Stay within your comfort zones, guys. So it's really important on mobility. We don't look for smashing PBs. All we're looking at is just ticking the box and seeing if we can improve through the session that check-in point where we stretched out and tested where our hamstrings were at the beginning. Brilliant. For those just joining at this stage or replaying part of the way through, we're looking at head-to-toe mobility. We've already done our check-in, having a look over at our hamstrings. We've done our head movements, our neck movements, and we've done our shoulders. We're now going to get the heart racing a little. So all I want you to do is place your feet shoulder width apart in a squat position. Bring one foot through and just point it away from the body, the sole of the foot away from the body. We know this as skaters, okay? So you're going to bring one foot across the other side, back to that original position, 1 foot through. Start to pick it up and get a little lower as the foot comes across, okay? The faster the feet move and the further away from the body they go, the more of a pulse raiser that we have here. Fantastic. So we go for a little bit longer today. Hopefully you have nice soft ground, a nice easy carpet or laminate that you're working on, and you're not having to skate across ice like I am today. Here we go. Ice skating versus roller skating. What are you going for today? Keep that up. We have 20 seconds remaining. So now your heart rate should be decreasing slightly. If it's not, pick up the pace. Really good one to stretch out the hips. But like we say, just get the heart pumping over the next 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go to the upper body. Shake out the arms. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Heel into the floor and drive the arms, focusing on an uppercut behind the body. So with this one, I want you to imagine a bit of an analogy. I want you to imagine you have in your hands a walking stick. And I'm in one of those trail style, I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro walking sticks. I want you to squeeze your bums forwards so you're nice and tall through the core. And I want you to just drive that walking stick just behind or in line with that back foot and poke or power the elbows back as you do this. Looking forwards, keeping your chest tall. We're going to really pump the arms for 10 seconds twice. We're going 3, 2, 1. Here we go. As fast as you can, focusing on keeping a real powerful drive through your elbows. 5 seconds. 4, 3, quicker. 2, 1, and relax. Nice. Okay, guys. Bring the other foot forwards. Love the other leg back. A light stretch of the calves. Tall through the core. Squeezing the bum. Get your walking sticks out, your walking poles even. And we're just powering that back. Okay? 45 degrees is the least it goes to. Ideally, it's about 90 degrees there on the elbow. You're going to drive your elbows back, and we're going for 10 seconds, as quick as you can. Here we go. And relax through it. No tension through the hands, no tension through the jaws. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic work, guys. Really, really good. Okay, we're going to just bring the arms across our body, waking up the chest and the back as we start to move down the body here today. Brilliant. Tuck the chin into the chest. Bring your hands out in front of your body. We call this one the James Bond stretch. Fingers come in front, chin to your chest, stretch out away from the body. Can you feel that tightness? Bring your hands together now so that they're both palms facing in, and just stretch one hand across, bringing the other hand to your wrist, and then alternate with the other hand hitting the wrist. Keep that going. Chin stays in contact with your chest. Feel that stretch through your upper back today. Start to move down the body. Good work, team. And back to the original position, James Bond style, chin down to your chest. Stretch those hands forwards. Really push them away from the body. Relax it. Great work, guys. Fantastic. Hands come onto the hips. Just rotating round. Get a bit of limberness into the tops of your hamstrings, into your lower back, and just big circles here. Maybe you feel it in the front of your quads. At this point, all these dynamic-based stretches, change direction, are just telling us what's tightest, and therefore what we need to focus more on during today's mobility. You get a taste of all different types of running-based mobility today as we move through a couple of new ones. Fantastic work, guys. Okay, so this next one, you're going to give yourself a massive hug. You're going to hold your shoulder blades and you're going to just lean forwards. Okay, and slowly come back up. Feet are shoulder width apart. This time you're going to lean forwards and do a circle. So you're going to lean towards one toe and back round to the other toe and back to the center. Go in the other direction, lean towards the toes with your forehead, around to the other side and back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, keeping your chin tucked in. And 2 more. Slowly moving towards one toe, across to the other side and up, with your forehead as the measure. Brilliant. Okay, hands come onto the side. Feet are still in shoulder width position. You're going to rotate around one way. Get your hands out wide and just stretch them over your shoulder. So you're looking behind the body. Come round to the other side. And you're just going to rotate through the torso. Get a light stretch through your mid and lower back. And this is the opposite to what we want to do in endurance running. Lateral movement. So as we're doing this, think about what is leading us to moving around side to side, and thus what we can reduce doing when running. Well, our hands are out wide, our thumbs are likely facing in. If you come back down to the middle, bring the feet in a bit more neutrally, so they're just underneath your knees, and you go to that running motion we showed earlier with your thumbs up, you'll note now that the arms, I love that, the arms are completely different to what we were doing a moment ago. Your thumbs are probably facing up, and everything just seems more forwards and back. So it's a bit like in swimming, more aerodynamic. Okay, guys, we're gonna need a chair or a wall next. Lovely, we're gonna start by kicking our legs forwards and back, unlocking the top of our hamstrings, the back of the legs. Great work. Really good crew with us joining today live. Also, the replayers, it's up to you to give us a tick on your groups, your mobility groups. So just let us know if you've completed today's session. It's always great to see those who need to fit it in around a flexible sort of diary, that they managed to squeeze it in around their plans. And that is as equally important as the others that do it live change sites. The live guys just get to see me mess up multiple times. So here we go. Kicking forwards. We're going to add a little heel flick here. So a little heel flick into the top of the motion. That's the heel coming to the bum. It wakes up the quads as well as the hamstrings. I watched this back on last week's mobility, and my heel flick was awful. Hopefully it's getting a bit better. Go to the original side, add that heel flick in as well. So you're just changing over to the original, just a little heel flick to wake those up. Fantastic. Okay, guys, whilst we're here and you're by the wall or the chair, place one foot and bring the other foot across. But don't worry about range of movement. You're not looking to get as high as you can on this. You're just going to focus on your toes facing forwards and staying tall through your core. The temptation is to lean forwards and you'll feel a tightness actually through the back. A bit like running up a hill. So if you're running up Chevron or a local hill to you, whatever it may be, if you drop your hips back, like so, changing side, it's really hard to actually drive that knee up, which we'll show you in the next exercise. So change size if you haven't already. Stay tall through the core. Lovely. Okay, so this next exercise defines that, describes that. What you're going to do here is you're going to have one foot grounded close to a wall or a chair for balance. It's much better to do this with a bit of balance here. You're going to drive one knee up, place the foot back, and stretch out the calf by pushing the heel down into the floor, and repeat. As you do this, it's a running drill, okay? So as you do this, initially holding onto the side, you're focusing on your core being nice and tall. Okay, maybe your glutes squeezed in a little. It's quite a hard one to do with the glutes, but you're looking to be tall through the top of the motion. If the knee's up, the body is up, the toes are up, you're really tall through that motion. Now, when you're running up a hill, the floor in front of you is higher than where the foot has left. So you need to get your knee up a little higher. If you drop your hips down, try this now, guys, by stopping and just leaning forwards and pushing your bum back. It's really hard to drive that knee up as high because you've got the impingement at the hip. So if the stomach folds in like you can see me doing now, what's going to happen is you're going to be running really inefficiently. You're going to overstride. You have to pull yourself up the hill. It's going to be a lot harder. Keep going. So this time now, just bring your chest up taller, diagonally in front. The core is engaged and heightened, and the heel is touching the floor to stretch. Okay, relax there, go on to the other side. So once again, moving forwards, lifting that knee up, keeping the toes up, heel to the floor, and go. Fantastic. Step away from the wall. Can you do that with your hands now for balance? Keep the height pull through your core. Really important as you're running this weekend to think about what you've been doing the week, to think about actually what am I doing at this point in my run and is it effective for what the results need to do. Okay, let's get rid of that chair for the moment. Back into the middle of the room. We're going to place 1 foot forwards, toes are down, and I want you just to stretch out with what we call gathering the chickens without curving your spine. So curving the spine takes the pressure off the areas we're looking to work on, which is the hamstrings in this one. And you want to push your bum down, keeping your back nice and straight. All about the shoulders this exercise. Bring the toes up now. Keep rotating around. If the shoulders roll forwards, you curve the spine. Keep them back, you have a nice neutral, straight spine, and you get that stretch through the hamstrings. Good, nice and slow, controlled and deep into that hamstring-based motion. 3, 2, 1. Really good, guys. Okay, lightly kicking your legs back. Do you feel biting around your knees? Does that feel okay? Okay. Now locking your body, squeezing the core in, squeezing the bum muscles, and kick your legs back without moving your shoulders side to side. Okay, so if you can see yourself on the screen, it's a good example. If you do this in front of a mirror, it's great. But when we're running, I've seen this with some of my training partners this week. If they move side to side like I'm showing you now, once again, that aerodynamics drops out. So you're looking to squeeze the bum in nice and tall and just fly straight through, up the hill, through to the finish line. Okay, so we're going to head down to the mat next. You're going to place your knees, shoulder width apart, hands, shoulder width apart. And we're going to just drop the core in, pushing your bum back. And just bringing the head up slightly. So as you do this, you can feel curvature of the spine. We go to that cat camel. As we bring the mid back upwards, we tuck the chin in. So you just push your glutes forwards, under the body. So it's rotating your hips upwards and rotating your hips downwards. Think of them as a bucket. At this stage here, the hips are looking to pour water out the front. And the head comes up and curves the spine as you're pouring water out the front. And the opposite, hold the water, pushing the top of the bucket so it's facing towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin in, and the mid back comes up towards the ceiling. Lovely job. Just relax your shoulders out there. Bring one hand across your body and just squeeze that hand in towards your body, like so. So bring one hand across, other hand comes up, and just pulls that hand towards your shoulder. Same for the other side. Fantastic. 3, 2, 1. Hands go back into position. This time your hips are coming forwards, and you're going to cut towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch maybe through the front of your legs. Bring your knees together. Continue in that position. Maybe in your lower back here. Maybe in your core. What is tightest? Arm comes up. Hips back. Keep your hands in position, but chin comes to your chest. Your knees are together. Or stretching the quad or the back. If you stretch your hands forwards, you'll more of a stretch through your back. Fantastic work. We head over to our glutes next. We activate them today. We do that just by lying on our side, placing one foot straight, the other foot on top. Strength one coming up. This is where the groans come or the results come. You decide which angle you're going to have. Place one foot up in a star position. Relax your head onto your hands so that your head is in line with your spine. Point your toes forwards, stab them into the floor. Nice and slowly and controlled. Good. Keeping that leg straight. Fantastic. And slow motions here. Here we go. We have 15 in total. Of these, you're already over halfway. You should feel a light burning sensation in the glute med, the central glute, if you haven't done this too regularly. As you come to the final few, you're pointing that toe into the floor throughout. 2 more to go. Last one. And back up in front. Relax that down, bend the knee, stretch it out. Bend the knee, stretch it out. Bend the knee, stretch it out. Back to that starting position. This time the toes face up towards the ceiling. The hand comes back onto the hips or on the glutes. So you're not rolling up towards the ceiling, the head relaxes down. The heel comes into the floor. The toes continue to face up towards the ceiling and you go nice and slowly behind the body. If it's burning, then great. That means that you're getting results. Over though within a matter of seconds, I can see feet moving up on the live screen. Lovely job. Fantastic. Keep that up. Over halfway. This is the hard bit. This is where the massive results come. Don't stop. Keep this going. Back yourself. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Some of you will be looking at the screen and going, that was all right. That wasn't too bad. Much better than in the past. Some of you will be looking at the screen and going, oh, my glutes, what are you doing to me? As we move over to the other side, whichever one you are, good work in getting that done today. Foot comes up, toes come down. This is not one to miss because one, keep this going, toes into the floor in front of the body, head relax. One, this activates your glutes. So what we were doing earlier with the knee up and the foot coming back and driving up, this allows you to just hit that a little bit more neutrally, not to waste lateral movement, not to roll round, not to overpronate. This just hits the right area. So keep going, guys, last 4. So that you don't waste any energy when you're running. So it makes you stronger, means you can power up hills quicker. Last one. Brilliant. Bend that knee in, kick away from the body. Knee in, kick away from the body. We've got the quads coming next. Knee in, kick away from the body. But first up, put the foot up, toes towards the ceiling, hand on your bum or lower back, and make sure your hips don't roll towards the ceiling, just by putting a bit of pressure behind you. Heel comes to the floor. A few centimeters behind that foot. Double check that initial foot is directly in line with your torso. Lovely job. Nice. Over halfway, guys, and this is where it counts. If you're getting a burning sensation, then brilliant. It will loosen off of our next exercises. Okay, 4, 3 more. Nice and slow and controlled. Just 2 to go. Last one. Fantastic. Bring that knee in, kick it away. Shake that out a little. Fantastic work, guys. Really, really good stuff. Onto your back and just lightly kicking out both feet in a bicycle kick motion, hands onto the core. Okay, really good. Over to that side. Bend the front knee now so that the knee is close towards your body. Turn the head into, or nice and relaxed onto a pillow or onto your hand, if that's easier. And just grab that back leg by bringing the knee up, squeezing or holding the section there that has your laces, and bringing the knee back so it's in line with your body. A 3-phase approach, this one, 3 levels, as we work through the quads, the front part of the thigh, each of which we hold for 20 seconds. You shake out that leg, you bring the knee back up, holding the laces. You go down to level 2, which looks just like level 1, with your bum being squeezed. We know it's activated. Can it squeeze now? Squeezing your bum throughout this motion, pushes your hips forwards, and just stretches out that quadriceps a little bit longer. 10 seconds. Brilliant work, guys. Well done. Kick out that leg, drive the knee up again, this time holding the laces, bring you back down for level 1, squeezing the glutes for level 2, and then just pull it back a little bit further as long as the lower back doesn't bite. Keeping the knee down and in line with your body. Feel more of a stretch by pulling the knee behind the midline torso. Quad stretch, I know AB loves these ones. A great one to stretch out the fronts of your legs. If we're heel striking, running more mileage, running up and down hills, this area is going to be a stabilizer for us runners. 3, 2, 1. Lightly kick that out. Fantastic. Come on to the other side. Remember, the key here is to get the starting point in position. The bottom leg comes up, 90 degrees up towards your hips. The other leg comes up, your head relaxes down. You hold your laces section of your foot and you drop that down, keeping the knee parallel to the leg underneath. So no pushing that knee up like I've just shown there, keeping it down. It's at level 1 here, which means it's in line with the body. And you're just getting a feel for where your starting point is with the quads. Well done, team. Okay, 3, 2, 1. The knee comes back up. You hold the laces again. You go back down to the same position, but you squeeze in the glutes to level 2. Fantastic stretch this is. No tension needed through the back, so relax the head down onto a pillow or onto your hand. This position, like mine, just at a 90-degree bend, and holding there. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the foot back up, same position, dropping it down to level 1, squeezing the glutes to level 2, and then just tracking it back beyond the back line to get a level 3 stretch through range of movement. Amazing. Well done, team. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring that back round. Loosen that round. Lying onto your back. Great work, team. We go to the back now, the lower back. You do this by placing your hands out to the side. So you're in a crucifix position. You're going to bring both knees in, and you're going to push your lower back, your sacrum, just down to the floor. And you're going to pull your knees side to side. It's important that you don't curve the bottom of your spine on this one. If you can do this with your arms side by side, you might feel a light crack in your back or in your shoulders, upper back, mid-back, as you go side to side. What do you think, Julie? You like a crack on the back on this exercise? It's a good one. As we move side to side, keep that going. Start to bring your knees towards your hands. And on the next one, we're just going to hold that top knee down towards the floor. So you can see I lift it beyond the bottom knee and push it to the floor. Now your lower back's going to likely come off the floor here and curve around. What I want you to do is just look away from the knees and just feel a stretch through the back. You really push that curvature. One of your glutes should be grounded, the other should be off the floor. 3, 2, 1. If the hips are tight, both glutes might be off the floor. But that's something that we can work through in the next few exercises. Over to the side, other legs will come across, knee comes to the floor, we lean across to face the hand away from the knees. Well done, guys, doing great. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your feet back around. Stretch your hands up above the body and kick your legs over, like so. We're going to finish with our check-ins for our hamstrings and a light stretch out with our massage stick next. So slowly come up onto your feet. Place your feet together. Hands come at the top of your thighs. You lean forwards towards your toes. How much further can you get with your hamstring mobility? I was reaching the top of my sock line before. Keep my knees straight. I can touch the floor. Can you go any further? Okay, guys, great stuff. We finish off today by grabbing a massage stick, placing one foot in front of the other and rolling through on our calves. Rolling through from the calves, making the most of this stretch. We do this with a leg press stretch. You start off here at the bottom by the Achilles, and you push your foot and the sole of the foot away from the body. Okay, you do 3 of these through one center, and then you move on to the side by going to 45 degrees and doing the same. Nice and controlled, taking 3 to 5 seconds in that motion onto the outside, doing exactly the same, just rolling through the calves. We go to the other foot and we make the most of that too. Nice and controlled. Same again, pushing that away from the body. Start with your knee close to your body and just drive that away. Good. Lovely, fantastic work. As we come towards the end of the session, we've thrown a couple of light exercises for the glutes and for the hips. And you do that by sitting down like so. Place your foot on the floor. One foot comes across, elbow goes into the knee, and you just loosen that out through the hips like so. To increase this stretch, you bring your toes up off the floor. So now your foot and your knee is higher, still flat, and you lean forwards as if you were typing on the desk at work, or you may be in a sofa-based stretch watching TV. An easy one to do, changing the channel. Go to the other side, other foot comes across. You don't have to come up onto your toes. That is an extended, advanced stretch. But with the elbow there, if you want to go a little bit further, you can. Otherwise, you can place the foot further away from the body to loosen the stretch and lower it if it's too tight. Okay, guys? 3, 2, 1. Guys, that completes the Sonify Mobility today. Thank you so much for joining.